What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. Now, I'm gonna do a quick discussion about this particular issue because, ladies, I think this is for you, and I think y'all need to be aware because obviously this shit is not being put on the news. And I got a little clip sent to me by somebody letting me know that this is something that y'all need to be aware of. Now, most of us don't know that from 2016 alone, over 200,000 black women have been gone missing. Black women, children, teenagers, mostly from DC, New York areas, places, Detroit, places where poverty is extremely high. These kids are just up and going missing. And y'all know when we get those Amber Alerts on our phone that goes off, it ain't somebody that looks like this. So they don't say anything. I can't see how you got 37% of the girls that are missing being black and we don't hear shit like this on the news. Nobody's saying anything. We're not really being told. Whenever there's a missing person like Elizabeth Smart or somebody, it's never somebody that looks like us. And whenever there's somebody murdering us, like the Grim Sleeper, ain't nobody saying shit. So here's what's going on. This year alone, there's about 75,000 girls that have been missing. And nobody's saying anything about it. And the reasons behind it is for several reasons. They either taking them for organ, because they sell organs in the black market, or they taking them for sex trafficking because we know that this is $1 billion industry. People are making money off of it. The reason why it's not broadcast is because these are girls coming from poor areas and they just happen to be black. And people say, oh, all lives matter, all lives matter. And I'm cool because all lives matter and I feel like people should be treated the same way. However, when it's people that look like this, and it's time for you to not pay attention to their lives and nobody is saying shit, then that's when I have a problem and I go with Black Lives Matter because y'all don't say nothing. So any of you in this comment saying, oh my gosh, it's everybody. No, I don't want to hear that right now because I know about the Tuskegee experiment that people don't talk about, where they had all these black men, about 400 of them infected with syphilis, and they didn't say shit. They wanted to use them to see what the effects will be if you had syphilis in your system. So they would give them placebo pills, telling them they treated them, but they weren't really treating them. So you got these men who all died, I think, except for like 70 something. And some of them had already infected their wives. This is a sexually transmitted disease, or is a transmitted disease. And it also got transmitted to their children as well. And they didn't say shit. This type of illness causes madness over time. Several issues with the body, with the blood. They just allowed this to happen. You have that situation. You also have the Marion, I believe his name was Marion Sims, when he bought African-American slaves and he used them for his gynecology experiments on their vagina with no anesthetics or anything, or anesthesia or anything that will make them numb the pain, because apparently black folks don't feel pain. And he actually got named the father of gynecology, but he learned what he learned by experimenting on black girls. Then we got the Agent Orange experiment. Then we got the situation where they want to try out what the effects of lack of vitamin D in our system, how bad it affects cancer. And what they don't tell us is that vitamin D is actually good for us. We need to be in the sun a little bit longer if you're darker, because you need that to protect you against cancer. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, there's 200,000 of us and more missing from 2016 till now, and nobody's saying anything. And then when you look at these interviews of people who have experienced trafficking and just happen to survive by some miracle, you hear things like, you have to be careful. Somebody puts a note on your car in the windshield. They put a note on your windshield. Don't pick up that note on your windshield. Get in your car, drive your ass home, and then try to figure out what that is, or get to someplace safe, because you got somebody who may have two vans parked next to you, or a van parked next to you. Get out the car to read that note, and they inject you with something, knock you out, and then that's it for you. And if you're lucky to get out, you're lucky, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing for you. There's not gonna be an Amber Alert out there looking for you because you're poor and you're black or Latino or somebody that comes from a poor neighborhood, and they're not gonna talk about it. We got all these things that are going on in 2019. In 2019, it's still going on. When they say, oh, slavery's over, this type of stuff is modern day slavery. It is. It's modern day slavery. And people don't talk about it. So I'd like people to be aware, because I'm black, I'm going to have black children. And I know that my children may be, God forbid, subjected to certain things that I'm experiencing now. We live here in this country, and these are things that are still happening. So this video is to let people know, be careful, be mindful. If you see anything that looks weird, when you park your car somewhere, make sure you're aware of the car to your right, to your left, even if you're going to the store, even if you think you're safe. If somebody leaves something on your window, don't worry about it. You can read it later, and then that, your life is more important. And since they're not making us aware that we have a lot of girls out there that are black, whether they're female, whether they're children or adults, they've been missing in places like DC. I think there's like 4 that went missing within a span of 24 hours in DC, and nobody said anything. Then there's a few that went missing in New York and nobody said anything. Meanwhile, we see all this news that have us looking like we're all murderers and gang members and this and that. But when one of us goes missing because of the way that we look, it's not public news. And this just gets swept under the rug and nobody says anything. But we're at the point where in the thousands, over 200,000, and y'all can't say you don't know. You know, and you're not saying shit. So please protect yourself. If you mothers, if you have black children, if you have Latina children, if you have minority children, take care of yourself. Do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. But this is what this video is about, and I hope y'all are aware of it. Just be safe out there. Watch my Real Housewives video. That's the next one I'm gonna do right now. After this, I just want to let y'all know that this is what's going on. All right, love you. Bye.